Well, I think a lot of people don't understand how Social Security is taxed. Pensions, IRAs, Roth distributions, if they are even taxed, brokerage account gains. The point in all that is that a lot of advisors aren't addressing that. And you need to really have a Swiss Army knife when it comes to an advisor.
And welcome into Protect and Grow Chicagoland Retirement with Chicagoland's certified financial planning professional. He is Tim Stearns, CFP, your resource, ladies and gentlemen, for information and guidance in the financial world to help you achieve and accomplish your financial goals. Tim, starting off with the tip of the week, other than how to speak properly, what do you have for us in regards to taxes not being the same in retirement?
Well, I think a lot of people forget that you do have to pay the tax man in retirement. We all kick the can down the street for the most part when it comes to taxes. So when you're thinking about, retirement, that is going to be a big chunk of change that's going to go to the IRS. And for that being said, it takes to have a plan, and that plan has to price in the tax man.
Don't forget about taxes in
Right?
retirement. They aren't going to
No,
forget about you, right?
no, not at all. Yeah.
Oh, and it's a bit of figuring things out. Like it's a whole new set of rules, a whole new different streams of income, multiple sources, and they're all taxed differently. So Tim, do taxes catch people by surprise and their complexity catch people off guard in retirement?
Well, I think a lot of people don't understand how Social Security is taxed. Pensions, IRAs, Roth distributions, if they are even taxed, brokerage account gains. The point in all that is that a lot of advisors aren't addressing that. And you need to really have a Swiss Army knife when it comes to an advisor, someone who's going to be able to coach you up on what is really going to end up in your pocket after everyone takes their fair share. So, we make sure that, it's going to be patchwork. It's not a paycheck. It's going to be, each source has its own tax treatment, and coordination absolutely matters.
Yeah, during our working career, a lot of times 100% of our income's coming from one source, pretty
Right.
easy to calculate, maybe two sources, two
Sure.
spouses in a household, right? But accounting for that, pretty simple and oftentimes done automatically, whereas in retirement, multiple different streams, and we've got to figure each one out. So you've got some tips and tidbits for retirees to remember. Tim, number one is Social Security is not always tax-free.
Well, up to 85% of Social Security benefits can be taxable. It starts out where it can go up to 50%, and then it will jump up to 85% of that benefit can be taxed. And it's going to depend on where you go with IRA withdrawals, pension income, capital gains, and even tax-free municipal bond interest can jump you up into there. So, it's a surprise to many retirees who think, it's a freebie. And other withdrawals can increase Social Security taxes too.
Yeah, and don't forget provisional income. Kind of a mystery to many people, but it includes half of the Social Security itself as well. So taxation on Social Security benefits seem to be a point of ire among retirees. Oh, I already paid tax on it once.
Yep.
Why am I being taxed on it again? Well, there are some tiers, and essentially, Tim, it's income tested, meaning the more income you have, the more of your Social Security is going to be taxed. And tax deferred accounts, Tim, IRAs, 401ks, pension income, for those accounts, the tax bill always comes due when you're making withdrawals.
Right. And that's why I'm trying to tell people, if you're still working, make sure you're putting money into the Roth side. Within one big, beautiful bill, thankfully, if you make over $150,000 and you're doing catch-ups, it's going to go into the Roth side anyways, whether you like it or not. But these are we stay up on this stuff, and that's why you need to have an advisor that is staying up on these things. It's not just stocks and bonds anymore, my friends.
Yeah.
It's all kinds of things that are baked into a retirement, and you need to make sure you have someone who's seeing the full landscape.
And hey, have you done a good job? Have you saved enough that you might not even need all of your accounts or income from those IRAs? Fantastic, except Tim, sooner or later, the IRS is going to force distributions upon you. Don't forget about those RMDs. I think as we sort of get into those retirement years, we start hearing more about RMDs, Tim. But I think a lot of 30, 40, 50-year-olds, maybe even as they are saving and investing, might not know or have heard about RMDs.
Yeah, and that's an education in and of itself. I'm seeing a lot of our clients feeling like they're getting a gun put to their head that they have to take money out. They're trying to live on other things, and they don't want to take that money out, and it's all taxable.
And I feel like this is a moving target more than almost anything else over the last several years, Tim. That the age has moved, the percent you have to take out each year changes. Like this one really takes a lot of keeping up with.
Well, and they adjusted the graph too. And it's actually a little bit less at age 73 that you have to take out compared to how it used to be. But either way, you need to make sure that you understand that you have to take it out. And then for the young folk out there, it's going to be moving to 75. But either way, you need to make sure you're understanding that is something you have to do.
Tim, for those of us who have invested outside of retirement accounts, fantastic. That provides for a lot of additional flexibility, maybe some tax opportunities there, but it's not like growth on that is not going to be taxed. It's just different rules apply.
Well, of course, you're talking about like capital gains in an individual account. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at long-term capital gains versus short-term capital gains. Short-term is going to go towards your income tax. Long-term capital gains is going to be based on your income. I mean, there's a lot of different moving parts, is the way to say it. And we're here to help people understand, that we can quantify what that's going to look like.
And again, of course, the hidden retirement tax, IRMA, your Medicare can cost more. That is also income related, essentially means tested, Tim.
No, Peter, it's a surcharge.
Right.
So it's not as
based
bad.
on your income.
You're right. Yeah, which is a joke. So, I mean, they penalize people for having too much money coming into their house, which is a real shame. And, making higher retirement income, it can trigger these IRMA surcharges, and they raise your Part B and your Part D. So even one-time events like Roth conversions, large IRA withdrawals, or capital gains can cause those premiums to increase 2 years later. They're always looking 2 years back.
So retirement taxes can be higher than expected. Tim, are there any tax strategies that you have seen that work to help control this for retirees?
Yeah, Peter, I mean, there's some of the ones that we look at with our clients is, Roth conversions in lower income years, tax efficient withdrawal sequencing, managing the RMD exposure early, by doing these things early on, before their actual RMD days. And then a new thing that's come out, if you are over the age of 70 and a half, you can do up to $108,000 to a qualified charitable organization of your choosing. And you can do a distribution to them, and then you don't pay the taxes, and nor does the organization that you're putting it towards. And then harvesting gains and losses strategically. And lastly, just making sure that you coordinate Social Security timing with taxes.
Yep. Well, bottom line, moral of the story, big takeaway, ladies and gentlemen, retirement taxes are complicated. They take coordination, often more complex than people realize. And that's why dealing with an experienced, qualified professional, and in fact, team of professionals, somebody looking from the financial angle, somebody looking from the tax angle, and ultimately for efficiency in your legacy, somebody looking from the estate planning and legal angle as well. That's all under one roof there at TJ Stearns Inc. I think, Tim, that's the big value that people have, your clients have in working with you and your team of professionals, is that the plan gets coordinated. The blueprint is looking at all of the different systems, and that's why so many people have benefited from getting that Protect and Grow written retirement blueprint. So many more need that help and assistance, though, Tim.
So many people are coming to us with questions and that are not being answered out there, and we make sure that we set them straight.
Well, if you would like to get the plan in your hands, ladies and gentlemen, the Protect and Grow written retirement blueprint that will help you address some of the biggest retirement oversights, missteps, blunders, mistakes, and make sure that you are solving for this modern retirement riddle. Pick up the phone and give a call, 800-640-2256, 800-640-2256. Specifically, if you'd like to learn how to generate more income, control and pay less in taxes, address the risks that you're taking, and make sure that you have addressed longevity in your planning, that your plan will work along with you all the rest of the way. Pick up the phone and give a call to TJ Stearns Inc. Talk with Tim Stearns CFP and get your Protect and Grow written retirement blueprint, 800-640-2256. That is 800-640-2256. Tim, I'm sure we'll be talking more about taxes as the tax filing deadline does approach.
Absolutely, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Tune into Chicagoland certified financial planner Tim Stearns' full radio program and visit tjstearns.com for many valuable resources, including other great episodes of Chicagoland Retirement. Be sure to subscribe.
Investment advisory services offered through Cornerstone Securities, LLC. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature, not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals or growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs.